Are we starting this?
We've been recording for 10 minutes.
It's been recording for 10
We got to do the intro and everything.
We didn't
still.
do the intro.
No, I just wanted to show you. I just wanted to whip it out.
Listeners, Daddy whipped it out. Baby whipped it out. Peanut whipped it out. Whatever your name is.
Andy, describe this uniform.
Okay. It is from Palencia, a Spanish...
No, it's Spanish? Okay.
Yeah, a Spanish, fourth tier team. They're, in the fourth league. So they're dog shit, it sounds like. And they decided, this is 2016, maybe like that, something around that era, to do these kits where they call them anatomy kits, where it's basically as if they tore all the fucking skin off of themselves, and you can just see the musculature of their body and tendons and muscles.
Yeah.
Like you said, it looks like some from PBS, like the anatomy guy or whatever.
It's Slim Good Body.
There you go. Yep. It
looks
like that.
Name?
And they still managed to put an ad in the middle of it.
Oh, of course they did. All over the fucking...
See, even if you rip off the skin from these soccer players, they still have advertising deep on their muscle tissue.
Oh, God.
It's bad. I think it beats that Kansas City jersey from last week.
Those are absolute dog shit. Yeah, those are worse than those Kansas City Wizards uniforms for sure.
I was not expecting this bad. I was expecting wild colors and things. This is way worse.
I found it. The challenge was there.
The biggest crime of all, they didn't rip it down to his fleshy crank.
There's no love muscle.
No, it's just it's like a Ken doll.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is. They should, if they're gonna go for it, go all out and put just that whole meat shaft in there.
Just put super small penises on these guys.
Yeah, little meaty cranks on them.
The Slim Good Body soccer. God.
All right, start us off, Jay.
All right, what a way to start off. All right, everyone, welcome to Uni-Versed, a semi-weekly podcast for sports fans who appreciate team aesthetics as much as they do a winning record. I'm Jay, and I'm joined, as always, by the Hammond historian himself, Gary Branville. Gary, any Hammond, Indiana facts for us today?
Boy, you're really putting me on the spot with the Hammond facts. No, I've got nothing.
You've got nothing.
Munster, Indiana. Munster, Indiana is close by, and I think they they do some kind of Munster.
Jeez,
the show, Eddie. I don't know. I got nothing.
Oh, like the Munsters
cut
TV
this
show?
out. Yeah. The Munsters, yeah.
All right.
Cut it out.
Anyway, cut this out.
All right. No Hammond facts for today. Think about one for next time, Gary. And our partner on this journey, as always, is our resident soccer guy, Andy Downs. Andy, what's new in football?
Olympics started. U.S. got their asses kicked by France today, so that was cool. Yeah.
It wasn't that probably expected, or?
Well, I don't know. I don't think we're supposed to be great or anything. It's just the group stage right now, so it doesn't really matter. We'll lose. I mean, I don't expect big things. Okay.
Well, good luck to the Team USA soccer team.
Yeah.
For today's show, we're going to look at some Olympic uniforms, speaking of the Olympics, a new Notre Dame football uniform, and for our main topic, we are going to rank the aesthetics of the NFC North in the NFL. All right, let's dive into the Uni-Verse. Before we get into our main topic, we've got a bit of uni news to cover. First, we'd be remiss if we didn't talk about Team Mongolia's viral Olympic uniforms. When they were announced, the internet went apeshit for them. They are designed by Michael and Amazonka, I believe is how you pronounce that. They're steeped in tradition with modern flair. They incorporate the national colors of blue, red, and white. They've got patterned doublets, capes, and gold stitching. And if this were the Wheel of History segment, they have their own handbags for ascending to heaven, along with the 2008 Seattle Supersonics. Guys, nice. I know you're super into high fashion. What do you think of these get-ups?
These are cool. I'm going to say right now, I know that we all have the vocabulary to really say a lot of insightful things on all of these cool and dumb Olympic opening ceremony uniforms, but these ones are cool. They look like something out of like Final Fantasy.
Yes.
They have fucking capes They've got gold stitching and intricate designs. I mean, they went all out in this shit. These are really cool.
They really do look like there's something out of Final Fantasy, Andy. They're like anime looking costumes that you would see like in an anime, like
or a museum.
They're really cool. Yeah.
One with the cape.
Yeah.
The first thing I thought of is that she looks like something that Mon Mothma would wear.
Oh, very true.
And then you look at all of them, and it's like, oh, these people could be just walking around on Coruscant.
Wow, listen to you with the Star Wars lingo. I'm so proud.
Also very Star Wars. Yes.
Very.
Yes.
The handbag's a nice feature.
Yeah, it is a very nice feature to have when you're in a sporting event, having a handbag to carry around your balls, and
it's like a drawstring, like handbag. It's nothing. It's not like a purse. It's just like a drawstring bag.
I'll be honest. That photo where they show the bag in front of them, holding it with two hands. I thought it was a hat, like a stocking cap with like the little dangly things coming down.
Yeah,
I thought it was a hat. So that's better that it's a bag.
Yeah, I mean, it's got to be a bag. I guess it could be a hat. I mean, I'm pretty sure
it's a bag though. I'm pretty sure it's a bag. Yeah. Way to go, Mongolia! I give them
good for Mongolia.
Good for Mongolia. These. This
is going to really put them on the map.
Really good on the map. Over under on the number of gold medals Mongolia wins in the Olympics.
The Olympics total 1.5, 1.5, or 0.5 maybe.
0.5.
Not a lot of faith in Mongolia, huh?
Are they like powerhouses in any of like the kind of weirder sports? Like
there might be some equestrian, maybe some equestrian sport.
They're good on those.
I don't know.
Riding across the country and conquering shit. They've got a rich history.
They do have a rich history.
I'll go over 0.5. I bet they take a couple bronzes, maybe a silver.
You think they snag a gold though? That's the gold medal.
They're going to surprise. My prediction: they're going to surprise us all in the new Olympic sport of breakdancing.
Ooh!
Oh, is that it in the Olympics?
That's the new one, baby. Breaking.
Don't be surprised if they snag a gold medal in basketball.
Oh, why is that?
Oh, I don't doubt they even have a basketball team.
Wow.
All right. Well, that's enough time spending on Mongolia's Olympic.
Yep. Way too much.
Way too much time on them. But we're going to move on to Haiti. Andy, this is a late addition to the show.
Yes.
He sent these to me. Stella Jean designed these Haitian teams' opening ceremonies uniforms. They feature abstract patterned pants and skirts in red, blue, black, and purple. For tops, they're wearing button-up shirts and tunics in blue or white with blue trim. Guys, what do we think of these guys?
I think they're cool. I literally saw these minutes before we started recording and sent them to you, and it is apparently an Italian Haitian designer, and they are. I think they're cool. They're different.
They're a lot of fun. The boots that the woman is wearing are quite impressive. There's a big long heel. Right. They're all laced up. Yeah. Big old skirt and bright colored pants, and then it gets a little formal up top.
It does get formal up top
with a double-breasted jacket, but
and that belt that goes over it. It's a double-breasted vest jacket. It seems
the vest jacket, yes.
Yeah, it doesn't have
a little futuristic.
It is
on the woman's one. It's hard for me to tell on the men's one, but it's a jacket or a.
She's looking pretty Star Warsy too. Now that
she's looking pretty Star Warsy.
Yeah. I think that's a shirt, Gary, that guy is wearing. It's like it's like almost a denim looking shirt.
It is. Yeah, it looks, and he's got like an ascot.
He does have an ascot. Yes.
Yeah.
He's got an ascot. He's got the pockets in that shirt though.
Yeah.
That's where it almost looks like.
It looks like a fishing shirt. Like it's got this big fishing shirt pockets.
Yeah. But also high fashion-y at the same time. It's kind of like
I'll take your word for it.
It's kind of like a 70s polyester.
Yes.
Like what do you call those things? I used to have a nice green one back in the day.
Like a leisure
like a leisure. Yeah. I think that's what I'm looking for. Yeah. It's got the ribbing between the chest pockets and the lower pockets on there, which is interesting. Yeah. I think more ascots. Now, when I see this guy, I'm like, yeah.
You know what?
We need more ascots.
Yeah. You're going to have to start wearing some more ascots, Andy.
You can kiss my ascot, Jay.
Oh, what a zinger.
I know. That was pretty cool, huh?
Good one. All right, let's move on.
Yep. Moving on to Team USA. They made some interesting choices for their opening and closing ceremonies uniforms. For opening ceremonies, they're wearing an outfit designed by Ralph Lauren. They feature blue blazers with red and white accents along the pockets and lapels. They're wearing light blue jeans and blue and white striped shirts. For closing ceremonies, they're wearing a NASCAR-inspired jacket that is mostly white with red and blue striping across the chest and USA in white in the middle across a dark blue stripe. For pants, they're wearing white jeans that have Team USA printed down the left leg. Guys, thoughts?
Don't forget the fucking all the ads all over those NASCAR jackets, too.
I was looking at those NASCAR jackets, and I don't think those are actually ads.
They're made to look like ads.
They're made to look like ads. Like have like a little patch that's like what sport they're participating in. There's a 24, which is like because it's 2024. Like, but they're meant to look like the ads on a NASCAR jacket, but they're not actually advertisements.
Right. So they're just trying to make them look dumber.
Yeah, which
they didn't have to.
Like, they didn't have to.
How can we cheapen these?
Yeah.
How can we cheapen these a little bit?
Right.
Let's just throw some shit on there that looks like advertisements.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's good. Yeah.
But also, like, it does look NASCAR-y,
mm-hmm.
but like in a cartoony way.
Yes.
Yeah.
The way that USA is across, like
it looks NASCAR-y in like a Lego way. Like, do you remember like Lego guys? Like they would wear these types of like the bodies they would look like this if you were a race car driver.
100%. They're terrible. They're so bad.
Yeah.
Those the other ones with the blue sport coats with the light blue jeans. It's just so boring that I hate it.
It's prep school.
It is. Yeah.
With red, white, and blue stripes piping around the whole jackets. It's just I don't want anything to do with it. But like, is this better than when they always march out the Olympians with like cowboy hats and shit? Because that's like the stereotypical.
They do that?
American shit. Yes, they're all like looking. If you go back, like they come out like total Western cowboy gear.
Oh God,
all the time, and it's like, okay, enough.
If there's frills, if they've got some fringe going on,
they don't.
Sequins, that would be cool. Like some like some really flamboyant Western shirts.
Yes,
that would be fine.
I'd be fine with a Marty McFly.
Yeah.
Back to the Future 3.
There you go. You know, maybe we could design the next Team USA Olympics.
I think you're onto something.
I mean, I think in 4 years,
4 years,
we're going to be the most popular uniform podcast on the planet. And
we probably already are.
They're going to beg us. They're going to beg us to design them.
It's a tough field out there. A lot of competition. I think so. I mean, they're gonna be like, God, these guys know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's see if they'll design something for us. And the first thing we come out firing out the gates with is fucking fringe cowboy stuff, danglies, spurs,
sparkles, spurs.
Get up
that spark every time they walk. They're sparking.
Some really tall cowboy boots.
Cap guns, and then
big stogies coming out of their mouths as well.
Oh yeah, they all have to smoke. Lucky Strike. They have a choice between Lucky Strikes or just cigars.
Yeah, but they all have to be smoking.
Yeah, like for real smoking. Yeah, that's the only way it's going to make them look cool.
That's always good for an athlete.
Hey, while we're on the topic, hey Jade, do you remember? For the listeners out there, do you remember that one New Year's Eve, that resolution you made several years ago?
Yeah, that was like 20 years ago, actually.
Yeah, but it's such a good one that I think we need to talk about it.
Yeah, let's share with the listeners.
The New Year's resolution I made one year, I think it was probably 2004, maybe it was 2005, where I decided I was going to start smoking. Yeah. So I could, for all future years, have the resolution to stop smoking. I haven't smoked in a long time. So, I mean, eventually it failed because I don't have that as a resolution anymore. But
you did pick it up, though.
I did pick it up. I picked up.
Good for you.
It was probably the very first New Year's resolution of all time that
you followed through with.
I followed through with, yeah. Like,
well, good on you. That's great.
Yeah. What was your favorite? What you a Parmalat? You're a Parliament guy? I was a Parmalat.
I was a Parmalat guy. Oh yeah. Parliaments. I smoke Parliaments.
You smoke a Camel in a Parliament at the same time. Parliament.
Anyway,
memories.
Yeah, memories. What do we got next? What do we got next?
A few years. The best part was you picked that up a few years ago. So, literally about 20 years ago. At this point,
yeah.
Boy, time flies.
You're having fun.
Time flies when you're smoking. Yeah. Parliament.
Yeah. In
Parliament cigarettes. Can we get them as a sponsor?
This episode is brought to you by Parliament Cigarettes, recommended by 9 out of 10 doctors.
That's right.
They got some advertising money to throw around these days. Nobody's picking that up.
Yeah.
Throw it our way.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to.
Yeah, we'll take cigarette advertisements, anything, really.
I'll smoke during this whole show if they'll throw me some money.
If we get Lucky Strike, I'd pick up smoking again. That'd be cool.
There you go.
Here's another story from probably 20 years ago. I don't remember why we were in Duluth towns. Do you remember this? We're driving around Duluth, and we were in West Duluth, and then we were driving. Oh, we were at the cabin, then we went to Duluth. Yeah, dropped your cousin off. Anyway,
we could do whatever the fuck we wanted back then.
We did.
Yeah, whatever we wanted to do.
There's a lot of stories of doing whatever we wanted back then.
That's true.
We come across this random gas station, just a hole in the wall gas station, and he was a pretty casual smoker, I would say. A social smoker.
Yeah.
But boy, did he like a Lucky Strike with a filter on it.
Yeah, those are my guys.
And then we came across that gas station and they had them. And I think they had stopped making them at that time.
They did.
This gas station still had like cartons of them.
They were Lucky Strike lights.
5 years before.
Yeah, they were Lucky Strike lights with filters. That was my preferred cigarette, and you couldn't find them anymore. It was really hard to find them. I had to get them from my buddy Joe Kelly's parents were living in Mexico, and when they'd come back and visit once a year, I'd get like a carton from them.
Yeah.
All you could find in the States was unfiltered Lucky Strikes, and I would try them once in a while and be like, God damn it, it's so rough to be smoking an unfiltered cigarette. God, it's just eating.
What a
cancer.
Cowboy!
Yeah, but yeah, we found it. But the thing was, and they were like, I mean. To go on a cigarette talk segment here, I mean, at the time, cigarettes were like $5 a pack, but for some reason, those Lucky Strikes at the Duluth gas station were like $2.50 a pack or something.
They were trying to unload those things.
It was one of the best gas station finds of my entire life, maybe the best.
Well, and I remember you lighting up the first one, and I was like, "How is it? Is it still good?" And you're like, "Yeah, they're fine. They didn't go stale or anything like that."
We did it. We found them.
We did it.
Yeah, it was good.
That was good.
Yep.
Tying it back to uniform talk. Again, going back 20 years, and NCAA football on the PlayStation 2,
mm-hmm.
Very late at night. I was up late creating a team, and Andy had passed out on my parents' couch, and I made a college. I don't remember what the team, like the city or whatever it was, but the mascot was the cigarettes. And I made their uniforms in it, and I woke up Andy, and he was in another world.
Well,
I had made the cigarettes as a team.
What a great team.
That's a good segue into these next uniforms we're going to talk about, because they are NCAA football uniforms. Notre Dame, the Fighting Irish football team, will be wearing some True Gold for their Shamrock Series this year. The base color for these uniform is what they're calling Blue Gray Sky. It's their name for the color, not mine. The gold details are beveled to give a unique dimensional edges to them, which provide depth to every corner of the uniform, as they say. They're using a number font that they are calling Gothic in Gotham. I don't know why they're using Goth twice in there. It has a lot of sharp edges and is a very shiny gold. Mm-hmm. The helmets are also a shiny gold, and to me, it looks like they have like an orange peel like texture to them as well.
It looks sparkly.
So, tell me, gentlemen, what do you think of these uniforms for the Fighting Irish?
I'll go first since I'm the gold guy.
Hey, he's Andy. He's the gold guy.
I'm the gold guy.
You know those stores in the mall?
He'll pay top dollar for gold.
One thing me and Donald Trump have in common. We both love gold.
Yeah, that's not a lot of you guys have a lot of things in common.
We really do.
Yeah. More to come on that.
Mainly just the gold for now, but
for now.
For who knows? I don't know. We'll see how this goes. I might get shot. I might get shot in the ear.
I get clipped in the ear
when this is all said and done. I gotta say, there's things I like and there's things I don't like. I think I like I like what they're doing with everything on the uniform being nice and plain. With the they got the navy blue. There's not any stripes or frills or anything like that. I like the Notre Dame classic Notre Dame logo on the sleeve that looks heavily embroidered, where it's about a half-inch thick sticking out. It looks like. I gotta say, I think the gold that they're using, it's very, very shiny. It's almost too shiny, I will say. But the font is what bothers me. I think the font is fucking dumb. You can't even tell what those numbers are, barely.
No,
it's too much.
With how shiny that gold is, I'm very curious to see what that's going to look like on TV.
Oh yeah, we got the sun reflecting off it, and it's too much.
They look like the gold looks plastic, and I assume it is some sort of plastic or polymer that they're using.
Like rubbery,
yeah.
And you mentioned like the orange peel on the helmets. I think that's the way it just looks because of the tradition at Notre Dame, where the students paint the gold helmets themselves.
Oh.
Like not the athletes. Like I don't know who does it, but students paint the helmets gold.
I think it's Rudy paints them. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yes, it's not from the factory that way. They paint them that way.
Gotcha.
So that's probably why it looks orange peely, which is a cool tradition. Yeah. I don't mind these at all. But like the numbers, it looks cool in the pictures. The colors are cool. I'm curious to see what it's going to look like on TV. Again, with HD TV, it might look fine.
I want to point something out that we saw on Gopher uniforms that they're also featuring in these. Look at the socks, guys.
Oh my God!
Just plain ass Kohl's socks.
and these are Under Armour uniforms. These are not Nike featuring these, but maybe that's the look.
Is this the look?
Are we at a point where we're too old?
Yeah, maybe.
And like this is the look for socks for football players now?
No, it can't be.
Well, we'll see.
Maybe.
Are they wearing do we know when they're wearing these? Like, are they wearing these just one game?
I think
or
so.
the Gold Shamrock series?
Yeah.
The Shamrock series, whatever that means.
I don't know what that means.
Fighting Irish guy. Although here's a fun Fighting Irish fact. Do you guys know why they're nicknamed the Fighting Irish?
No.
I could guess.
Well, they
wait. Let Andy guess. Let
Andy guess. Yeah, maybe he'll align with Trump more than he thinks.
Well, there has to be some sort of stereotype built into that one. I mean, my God, I don't know. I would assume it has to do with some drunken Irish people fighting.
Close. It does have to do with fighting Irish people. But so Notre Dame is a Catholic school.
Oh,
obviously. I don't remember a year or anything. You can all look this up.
Just make it up.
I don't know. 18. Who cares? 19. No, it's probably turn of the century. Anyway, turn of the century. We'll say
long fucking time ago.
Long fucking time ago. Not 20 years ago, like our stories.
Yeah.
But could have been.
Continue.
So they're in Indiana. The Klan had a big presence in Indiana. The Klan does not like Catholics, so they came to Notre Dame, the Ku Klux Klan, KKK.
Yeah, we gathered that.
I don't know if they had a rally or what, but they were gonna
as they're wanting to do,
do their Klan stuff.
Oh, sure. Burn some crosses, maybe.
Burn some crosses.
Shit, yeah.
The students weren't having it. The president of the university says, "Go ahead, confront them, beat up the Klan, kick their ass." And they did. They fought the Klan and drove the Klan out of there. So that's how they got the nickname, the Fighting Irish.
That's great.
Wonderful.
It's not a drunken thing.
That's great.
An anti-Klan thing.
It's an anti-Klan thing. That's an awesome story. I had no idea that's why they were called that.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Cool.
Wow, that's fantastic.
If we're gonna give letter grades to these Fighting Irish unis, what are we giving them?
I honestly, I really need to see them in action.
Yeah.
But just looking at them now,
is there anything on the pants? They just solid navy.
I don't know that I saw pictures of the pants.
They just look like they're the gray. It's the same color as the jersey. What are they calling it, Jay?
Blue gray sky.
Blue gray sky.
I like the color.
It's a good color.
It is.
Yeah, it's just the blue gray sky pants.
I gotta say, the one thing that I'm noticing about these that I'm thinking they would be just a bitch to fold. Like those numbers.
Listen, after the game, when these players
how are they gonna
they're
fold
done
these?
with the laundry.
I mean, think about it. Those fucking numbers, they're looking all thick and
Andy,
like that. Those aren't gonna fold well.
Do you fold your jerseys? You don't hang them on a hanger?
No, I hang them, but I mean, I'm just thinking. I mean, I do fold clothes, so those just look like they would suck to fold.
Yeah, they would.
Do.
As are almost all jerseys, I think.
Yeah, that's true. But these look they looks like they'd crease. The numbers would like crease, and you'd see a crease line in there permanently.
Yep.
Yeah, we don't want to fold these.
No.
So is that affecting your letter grade?
No.
Okay, that's good.
No, but the font is affecting it. If it was a nicer looking font, it doesn't have to be regular block lettering. I would almost like it to be, I don't know, maybe roundish. I don't know, just not with all those fucking angles and points on them. There's enough of that going on. I'm gonna give them a C+.
Oh, okay.
I do like the gold. I do like the gold though.
I was gonna say you didn't even focus on the gold that much. This is like the shiniest of gold.
It's too gold. It's a little too much.
It's too gold.
It's too gold for me.
Oh my!
Wow.
I mean, the helmet's right on. I like the helmet.
Too true gold.
It is too true gold.
Here's some.
This is a Trump
mask.
gold. I'd call this Trump gold.
It's very shiny. that was my trumpet. That was all I got for a trumpet.
That was great.
That was pretty good.
Thanks.
You could do late night.
Yeah, you should work on it. We could do a segment where we're talking to soon to be President Trump.
Oh, gosh. Gosh. Talking about bringing this show to a screaming halt. That was like a gut punch. Oofta. Okay. I'm gonna give these a B+.
Whoa.
I again need to see him in action. It's very gold. Numbers are very shiny. If the numbers weren't as shiny, I honestly don't think I'd like it as much.
Wow.
The font is no good.
It's garbage.
It's fun. It's going to be tough on when they actually play in these, but yeah, B+. The gray sky blue, whatever they're calling it, I like. So we'll go B+.
Yep.
I agree. I like the blue gray sky color. I don't like the gold. I don't. I'm gonna go with a D on these.
Oh wow, Jason!
Mostly because the gold
was yellow gold.
I would. If it was yellow gold, I would go as high as like maybe a B or a C. But like, it is just too gold.
That's crazy.
It is just too gold. I don't like that shiny gold like that. I don't mind.
Too shiny.
I don't mind like the Vegas gold where it's got a little sheen to it, but like,
yeah,
man, this is too. I don't know. It's off the wall.
Reflective.
It's reflective gold. That's a better term for it than shiny. It is reflective gold.
Yeah, it's pretty heavily mirrored.
Yeah, like you could almost probably see yourself in that gold. It's that reflective. So,
what was your letter grade?
I said D.
Oh, D. Fuck. Wow. I was
D as in dog shit.
Oh, whoa. So if we had to send these to heaven or hell, they'd be going to hell for you for sure, huh?
Well, this isn't that segment, but yeah,
I know it's not that segment.
I would send these to hell in a handbag or hell in a handbasket.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that's too bad.
And you know all those Catholic boys that went.
All the Catholics, yeah.
All those Catholics that fought the KKK. I'm sorry, but you wear something better.
Well,
like a what, Jay? A white hood?
Today's episode is brought to you by Irma's Finland House. Irma's is a Nordic lifestyle shop established in 1967, specializing in unique imports that celebrate Nordic design. You know, guys, It's my 10-year anniversary this year, and
congratulations, Jason!
Thank you. And my wife and I, when we got married, we registered at Irma's Finland House, and we still have the dishes and the things that we registered for to this day. We use them all the time. Good shit that they have at Irma's, I have to say. Quality dishes and stuff.
You know, Jay, that's funny. When I got married too, you know, we got some really nice stuff from Irma's, from Gary actually, and I don't like to use it honestly because it's too nice. I feel like I don't want to wreck it. I already broke the picture though.
It's meant to be used.
It's meant to be used.
The carafe is broken. I'm sorry, but the glasses, those are great. I love them. I love the feel of them on my mouth.
Use them. Hey, that happens a lot at Irma's Finland House. We just in my nice big house here up on Northside, we just poured a nice big slab of concrete. And we're putting a nice sauna out there. That's my favorite thing from Irma's Finland House. So, Daddy's got to build a sauna. We'll have all the sauna scents, which are always good.
Sauna scents. You know I love those.
Daddy likes the eucalyptus. Big eucalyptus man.
You know I do too. It's my favorite. I tell you what, every Christmas, since I don't have a sauna of my own, but I want one. But I buy my. Where is it? Where can I get a sauna?
Irma's Finland House and irmasfinlandhouse.com.
Absolutely. Well, every Christmas, I buy my in-laws something for theirs, and everyone's always just loves the shit. So keep up the good work.
Hey, thanks, babe.
You can visit Irma's Finland House at their brick and mortar store in Virginia, Minnesota, or online at irmasfinlandhouse.com. All right. For our main topic today, we are going to kind of start a new ongoing segment where we're going to take the look at a entire division within the NFL and decide what team looks the best. We will be rating the teams as a whole on their colors, primary logo, primary home away unis. We should probably just try to stick to like their main two uniforms, home and away. Our first division that we are going to look at is the NFC North. I'll briefly describe the team aesthetics for each of these uniforms, and then we will rank them 1 through 4. Each first place vote gets 4 points, second place gets 3, third gets 2, fourth gets 1, and then we'll tally them all up at the end to determine who is the best and worst looking team in the division. So the 4 teams in the NFC North, we have the Minnesota Vikings, the Green Bay Packers, the Detroit Lions, and the Chicago Bears. Minnesota Vikings, colors purple and gold, or yellow if you're Andy Downs. Primary color or primary logo is a Viking with a gold mustache, gold braid, purple and gold helmet with horns.
We're calling the hair color gold.
I mean, it's the same color as everything else, so yeah, it's got to be gold.
Just saying.
I mean, I guess for hair it's blonde. So he's got a blonde mustache and blonde.
I don't want to get into an argument about what I'm calling my children's hair, and then Down's telling me that it's not really gold, it's blonde.
Those kids have white hair, Gary.
So okay, this Viking has blonde hair.
What color skin?
He's got white skin. I don't know, pink skin. What are you going to call over his skin?
I don't know.
Pink skin. That real nice, Jay.
I'm gonna look it up on
pink skin.
Keep going, Jane.
Keep going,
Jay.
Keep going, Jane.
Keep going, Jane. Jane. When do you go into that Gender Fest, whatever? Jane.
Gender Fest, Jane teacher.
What?
You're gonna come back from Gender Fest as Jane.
Oh, Gen Con. I didn't get what you're talking about.
Gender Fest. He's gonna come back as Jane Danger. We're gonna have a new host. There's nothing wrong with it. We're not laughing at you.
He's gonna pitch up his voice and everything.
I honestly had no idea what you guys were talking about for the first 2 minutes of you guys laughing. So,
okay.
The helmets.
No, it's good to laugh.
For the Vikings, they're purple and they feature a Viking horn on each side of the helmet. For home jerseys, they wear purple tops with white pants. The jerseys have numbers that are supposed to look like Viking sails, and the pants have striping down the side in gold, purple, and white. For the Green Bay Packers, their colors are dark green and gold, a slightly darker hue than the Vikings. Their primary logo is green, gold, and white uppercase stylized G. Their helmets are gold with a G logo on each side. Home or away, they wear gold pants with green and white striping down the side. The home uniform is green and the away one is white, and they both feature block serifed numbers. Detroit Lions, their colors are Honolulu blue and silver. Primary logo is a lunging lion in Honolulu blue, silver, and white. They wear Honolulu blue tops with silver pants at home and white tops with blue pants away. Their numbers for both unis are block serifed numbers trimmed in silver. Finally, Chicago Bears, they have colors of dark navy and orange. Their primary logo is a navy and orange bear that is roaring. At home, the Bears wear dark navy tops with white pants, and away they flip it, wearing dark navy pants with white tops. The pants feature striping down the side in orange, navy, and white, and the numbers are non-serifed and rounded, trimmed in orange.
I gotta say, those are some pretty in-depth descriptions for some uniforms that, I mean, a couple of them have been the same for 1,000 fucking years, it seems like.
They actually have. So when I was pulling these uniforms, the Packers and the Bears have had the same uniforms for a long ass time. Like the pictures I pulled, like it said like this is how long that they've been wearing these uniforms, and it has been 10 or more years that they have been wearing the same kind of uniforms. The reason that I don't have the same type of picture up for the Lions is because the Lions just changed their uniforms, and their uniforms on the database I was looking at, they weren't updated. It was said like they were wearing these uniforms up until 2023, and I had to look up what their 2024 kits are looking like. So that's why I have it slightly different there.
Yeah, the big change to the Lions, the big change that stands out is the numbering, because they went back to the block numbers like the Barry Sanders era, which is a great choice because they had an awful number font before.
I can't remember what it was like. What was it like, Gary?
It was rounded, but like almost serifed within the numbers. So like a 0 or a 9 would have like a little serif or like a little tail on the inside. It wasn't good. It was a little blocky, like post Matthew Stafford era. The most recent ones were a little blocky on the bottom. Like,
well, you know how you can look at it. You can go check out our friends at gridiron-uniforms.com, and you can look at it's a huge database of all NFL teams' uniforms from every single year, every team ever. And I see what you're saying. They were the numbers were kind of slanty. I actually kind of like those italicized numbers a little bit.
You like a small number though.
I like a small number. Yeah, that's true. A tight little number.
You like that tight little number on those jerseys?
Yeah, I do.
But anyway, I think the Lions did themselves a huge favor by changing those numbers, and the uniforms overall are just cleaner, easier to read, a lot more NFC North looking with the block letters and the black and blue division, the whole thing. So the thing I do not like, speaking of the black and blue, are those black get-ups. The blue helmet's kind of fun. I will say that the blue helmet isn't the worst.
No,
but the
black jersey is.
Yeah,
the black jersey. I don't need they don't need a black jersey.
No one needs a black jersey.
No one needs them.
Like you said, unless it's a team that's the main color is black.
Go back to episode 2. You'll know my thoughts on these black jerseys. But we're not talking about the alternatives. We're just talking about their primary blues and whites.
Yeah.
But the primary jerseys are great. The silver pants, the blue pants on the away uniform.
I like that.
I like it. I hope they don't do blue on blue.
No, that looks dumb.
But this was super, super hard for me to try to decide. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to rank these yet. And we're down to the wire here.
We are down to the wire, yeah.
The NFC North is a very good division for uniforms overall, I will say.
Yeah, I think it's a very classic division. All these uniforms are really they have a lot of history, and there's not a lot of fuss or modern alterations or additions that have been added to these at this point. You know, I mean, the Vikings jerseys are obviously the most modern redesign, I think, out of the four of them. But even so, it's still somewhat classically themed, you know?
Yeah, the number font is the one thing really bringing down the Vikings, but the numbers don't have an outline. It's just white and purple, so that's a nice classic look.
I know there's been a lot of people, it's not a super hot take here, but I think we brought those throwbacks back last year they were like the 80s, 90s Vikings throwbacks with the block lettering. Those are fucking great, man. Yep. We need to bring those back full time, I think.
Totally in agreement with you on that. Yep. That's the perfect Vikings jersey, honestly.
They're awesome. I gotta say, guys, I'll start with the Bears here. For most of my life, I never was really a big fan of these things. They always seem too boring to me. The older I get, the more I like them. I like the font again. You know, I like my small numbers, but it wasn't always that way. Back in the Walter Payton days, you look at did they have block lettering back then?
No, they had these numbers forever.
Okay, then never mind. I like it. They're classic. They're cool. I like the socks too. I'm a big fan. Fan of those socks. They're not
stripes.
They're not ankle high Cole socks. But
that's what the kids are wearing. So who knows?
Right? Yeah. All the damn kids are wearing the ankle high Coles. But these are great. I actually, you're talking about the Lions doing all blues and how it's a mistake. I kind of like when the Bears do all blue. I think you can pretty much mix and match the color combo with this pretty damn well.
I'm in almost total agreement with you, Downs. For forever, they were boring.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything for me. The number font I didn't like when I was younger. But now that I'm older, it's like they've had this number font forever. They've had the same uniform basically forever. And I'm not a monochrome uniform person either. But when they do go head to toe blue or navy, it's good. And the navy face mask works. I need a gray face mask to really like it, but I like the navy here.
Yep.
Great look. Really like it. And logo wise, I like, and I don't remember if it was last year or the year before, but that they went back to the bear head as their primary and not the wishbone C as their primary. I really like it. And when I was comparing all four of these, I was like, Chicago Bears, it's hard to beat.
Yeah, I agree with both of you. I think with being classic and with being around for so long, there's just something comfortable about it that makes me happy to looking at them. I don't know why. The colors go really well together. I like the bear logo. I like the helmet logo. There's not a whole lot to not like about these.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there. I think obviously we're not gonna include the alternate into our decision making here, but I will say that their alternates are fucking terrible though. Those orange uniforms are bad.
Yeah,
but the orange helmet too is bad.
Yes, agreed. Dude, they don't need to play games like that.
Yeah, not a fan of that at all. I will say, looking back at some of their old uniforms, if you go back to the 70s. When they got the white C on the helmet, that's kind of cool. I think we're all in agreement there that they're pretty great.
So now we have the Green Bay Packers.
We're going to exclude all rivalry hatred here being
I will not. I am not checking that at the door at all.
Hey, wow.
At all.
Wow. Letting it out, huh?
Honestly, their uniforms are fine.
They are.
I don't like the shade of green that they use, but... It works for them. Good for them. I don't know. Jay, what do you think?
Yeah.
Here's what I think. I think green and gold, particularly a dark green like this and gold, probably one of my least favorite color combinations. They have that going for it where I don't particularly like the colors together. There is something classic about them that in their uniforms for decades, probably. And if they have, it's been minor tweaks here and there. And so there's something comfortable about that I like. But once again, I don't like the green and gold color combination. So that they're going to get points deducted on from me for that.
And I will say, not one of my favorite uniforms at all. but I don't want them to see. I don't want to see the Packers wearing anything but these.
Oh no,
they should not. They should. I don't even like when they should not wear an alternate. They should not do. They should never do a color rush. Even when they did the color rush and it was just white,
I like the all whites, honestly.
Fine. They should only wear. It's just one of these teams. They should, like the Bears.
Yeah,
you should never change your uniform.
Yeah. I agree.
I don't know. I kind of like when they do all white. They're just what they are. I mean,
yep.
It's one of those things where I don't love it. I don't hate it. I don't really have an opinion on it. I mean, most of my opinion comes from just having the rivalry that's been ingrained in my blood since I was a child. So I don't. So when I see it, it's like, fuck, God, I don't
it's
like
instant disgust.
It is. But it's not. But if I'm trying to,
it's hard to be objective. But I will say, I mean, numbers are great. It's a clean uniform.
Yeah.
I don't want to see them. They shouldn't change a thing.
It's your basic uniform.
Your basic uniform. Speaking of cigarettes,
yeah,
it's your basic uniform.
Is basic still around? Do you think we get basic?
I don't know what. This is your basic podcast.
This is your basic podcast.
3 whites jabbering about
about shit we really don't know anything about.
Exactly. That we're not qualified to talk about.
Posing ourselves as experts.
Yeah. Right. Right.
It's your basic podcast.
Basic podcast, yeah.
Can we get some merch? Let's do some merch where it's just your basic podcast.
That's a good one.
For a shirt.
And then, but it also has multiple worldwide award winning on it too.
We run the spectrum.
Yeah, I don't know those Packers uniforms. I will say I think that G really fucks with my head. Like I kind of a hatred for it.
It's triggering.
It is triggering. It is. I mean,
for sure.
So I mean, and I know, Jay being the Steelers fan here, he doesn't get the same. He doesn't have the same visceral experience that we do.
He was still brought up with it.
That's true.
He was still all had those idiots all around.
Even as a Steelers fan, the Green Bay Packers, in terms of teams I do not like, they are right up there towards the top.
They have a high hateability index.
They do have a high hateability index.
The highest, and it has so little to do with the actual team.
No, it's true.
Everything to do with their obnoxious fans.
Yes, that's 100%.
They're the worst. Wisconsin, look here. Let's listen. We don't have any fans to begin with, but if we're excluding people, we're about to exclude an entire state.
Yep.
Wisconsin fans of any sport. You can say what you want about Yankees, Red Sox, whatever, Patriots. Listen to any Wisconsin sports fan. The Brewers were just played against the Twins.
I was at a game.
How was that experience?
It was terrible. I got to stop going to these Twins and Brewers games because I get so upset the whole time. Like, I go to so many games when we're playing the Yankees, the Red Sox, like all these traditionally bad fan teams, and hands down, the Brewer fans are worst. I was trying to figure out why it is, and I think it's because they're adversarial to the other fans. They're not cheering for their team. They're not cheering against the Twins. They are there only to stick it in the face of the other fans that are in the stadium that are cheering for the other team. That's the only reason that they're there, or at least that's the perception that I get.
Oh, and I remember Gopher game after Gopher game. Like when we were in school, they lost we never won when we were in college, Jay. And I don't know if you remember this game at the Metrodome, but there was like Gophers could have won it, and they had to punt it out of their own end zone, and they fucked up the punt. Walking out of the Metrodome with those Wisconsin fans was one of the worst experiences, I was going to say, of my life. I remember and it's adults, little kids, everybody. Yeah. And I remember my girlfriend at the time, like, she was going to punch a child that would not shut up about it.
I would have paid good money to see that.
She's like, you need to move me because I'm going to punch this kid.
That's great.
And yeah, their whole... And I don't get it. Their perception of themselves, like the Vikings throughout history. Yes, they have the Super Bowls. Great, you have Super Bowls.
The Brewers have nothing. Wisconsin
has 0 national championships in football. Did you know that? Fun fact.
No.
How many of the Gophers have? 5? Sure, it was in the 40s and 50s, but
well, I think we had one in 1960. Gary, come on,
still 61. But like,
wow,
I just
so when I was at the game this past weekend, we were leaving, and like the Twins lost in like extra innings. Brewers fans were going, "Let's go Brewers," whatever. And we went to the game with some friends. One of them is originally from New York, and he's like, "This is like insane that Twins fans are just letting them get away with this. Like if we were in New York, if we were at a New York Rangers game and we were playing against the Islanders and the Islanders fans were acting like this, every single one of them will get the shit kicked out of them." And I was like, yeah, but in Wisconsin, this is all they have. We got to give it to them. We got to give it to them. Like they have nothing else going for them. Like, sorry, state of Wisconsin.
Yeah, you still have to go back there.
There's one little caveat. My brother-in-law is born and raised Wisconsin guy, and he's obviously a big Packers fan. He went to the University of Madison. I can say I have he's a respectful Wisconsin sports fan.
Andy, we've got a blanket statement. We can't.
No,
they all suck. Sorry, Zach. You guys all suck. They're all terrible assholes.
Yeah, he's one.
We only make blanket statements here.
No. Go on, Andy. I'm sorry.
No. You're absolutely right, Jay. We do need to blanket them all, smother them under the blanket.
Yeah, and it's probably triggering because we were kids during the Favre years too against the Vikings.
Oh, God, yeah.
So like we don't remember the Vikings just killing them through the 70s and the 80s.
No.
Packers were terrible for years.
Yeah.
And then in our impressionable years, the Packers were good all of a sudden.
Yep.
So
yep.
Yeah, it's triggering.
Yeah.
We didn't spend a lot of time talking about these Vikings.
We didn't even start,
honestly.
Let's hit it.
I like them a lot. My only gripe, three gripes, is going to be the number font. The number font, which I don't think is even that. It's not even that bad. It's just in the double digit numbers when they try to do the little serif wispy. Yeah. It's supposed to look like Viking.
The ship,
sails from a Viking ship.
Yeah,
and. It doesn't work. If they would just take that second number and just make them both that way, it would be fine. The shoulder stripe, also, they're trying to make it on the back of it, of the white stripe, It gets a little thicker to make it look like, again, a longboat. But if it was just a straight stripe, it would be way better. And I don't hate the black face mask, but if it was white or if it was gray, I think it would be better.
How long have we had that black face mask for? I'm just noticing that now for the first time ever.
They were new with these when these uniforms were introduced.
Really? God,
black face mask and the matte helmet. The matte helmet I do like.
No, I'm looking at the 2023. We had those were throwbacks. So we wore the gray. We wore the gray throwbacks. See, those are fucking nice. The gray is what it should be.
That's what they should be doing.
God, why are they doing black? It's not that bad because I didn't even notice it. But
no, it's the face mask. But if it was gray or white, the white 80s is an underrated Vikings face mask, I think.
Yeah. I will say though that these uniforms. So I pretty much agree with you. I don't mind them. When they came out in 2013, they were such a vast fucking improvement over what we had before that, which were like the Adrian Peterson Favre years of uniform, which were so obnoxious and so like reviled universally. These were like a breath of fresh air. I don't hate them by any means. I think they're in the top 50% for sure of NFL team uniforms, I would say, in terms of looking good. I'll say I like the purple on purple better than the purple uniform with white pants. I like when they go all purple. I think it looks cool. I'm a fan of the color rush too, but for the aways, I like the white with the purple pants too. Get rid of the white pants. Unless we're going.
You like the purple pants? The purple pants was first introduced with those terrible Adrian Peterson era uniforms, but those pants were a shiny purple.
Yeah, they were. Yeah, they didn't match.
No, they were. It was weird. But the purple pants are good. The color rush, I will say. Which did they even wear that last year?
No, they didn't.
It's not in the database.
They got rid of it.
I don't like the yellow numbers. I don't like it. If it was just purple and white, that would have been great.
I could see that. Yeah. Well, kind of like we talked about in the first episode, the winter uniforms,
Winter Warrior.
So, yeah, if they did like a reverse Winter Warrior where it was purple and white.
Yep.
I don't like the numbers at all. I mean, it seems like you guys are trying to talk yourselves into liking these numbers in some ways. But man, they are bad. Like they're
not that bad.
They are some of the worst numbers that are out there. Like the fact that the numbers don't match each other, like it bothers the hell out of me. Like
yeah, I don't like it.
Why do it? And like the fact that they're so stubborn that they got to keep doing it. I don't know. It just seems
that's the thing. They could just switch that anytime, and 99% of people would not notice.
Right?
Yeah, and
or be happy.
It's the bad numbers. I do got to say though, the Vikings have probably the best helmet design of any team in the NFL. Like the fact that it's not just a logo, the fact that it like in a way looks like a Viking helmet, like the Viking logo guy, whoever designed the helmet for the Minnesota Vikings, he did not get paid enough. No matter what he got paid, like he should have got paid more, because it's a genius design for a football helmet in my opinion. So
Jay,
I love it.
Jay, that would be Carl Hubenthal, celebrated sports cartoonist and LA Examiner cartoonist, designed that Vikings horn helmet and the purple and gold uniforms.
What does it say what he got paid for it?
Oh yeah, $25 and a pack of Lucky Strikes.
Really?
No, I don't know. It's not in the
filtered or unfiltered.
The first bill, obviously unfiltered back then. This is his original sketch for.
I was gonna say, I'm glad they avoided that.
I kind of like it.
So what we're looking at, listeners, is we've got on the sleeves we have some V-looking stripes, kind of below where the TV numbers are. Yeah, like a V. And for the socks, they have kind of like leg wrappings like a Viking boot would have.
Those are rough.
That's what the socks look like.
So see, that's the only redeeming part to me of those socks.
So this is the original design sketch made by Carl Hubenthal.
Oh, he even designed the Viking logo.
Yeah, he did the logo, he did it all. So this is his original sketch for the 1961 Vikings team, and yeah, these were when the jerseys were long sleeve. All long sleeve purple for the homes, and they've got one design with like a. Where it's, how would you describe it? The whole shoulder section is all white, like a opposite color with the number in there, and then like the yellow V, gold V. I guess I don't know. It's kind of cool.
They're not bad, and like the uniforms are the away uniforms. The whites are
classic.
Basically, what they wore for 30 years.
Right. If we're going, I mean, if the Vikings are going in a trend here, I'd say we're probably due for a redesign.
We're about 10 years in, and they don't have to do it.
No, it doesn't have
huge
to be
redesign.
No, the helmet always stays. I'd say, except for the face mask, and then. You just bring it back. Just go old school, man. Just go throwback.
Mm-hmm.
Just like we did last year. Right. We brought that throwback back. Just make that the uniform.
And it's the NFC. The Lions just did it.
Yes,
it's the NFC North.
God, they got to do it.
Classic old school football. Have to do it. I will say the one good thing to come out of those Adrian Peterson era jerseys, when they changed them, they added a little detail on the helmet horn, which wasn't there before. So there's a little black shadowing on the helmet horn that wasn't there before, and they kept that with the new helmets.
They did, didn't they?
It looks a little cleaner, and you can kind of tell it is a horn.
Yeah, you're right. That is
instead of just the flat.
Oh yeah,
no shading. So
I guess I didn't.
It's a small detail, but it makes a little bit of a difference.
That is cool.
Yeah, Vikings do have good uniforms. When I was a kid, I was so discouraged because I didn't want to buy any Viking stuff because it was purple, and I didn't want to fucking wear purple. I didn't want a purple hat. I didn't want purple shirts. No. I was like, God, can we just do black? And obviously, we know where I've landed. I've corrected myself. Yeah. But the purple, it looks so good on the field.
Yeah, it does.
Especially in US Bank now, with the lights, it's really bright.
Yeah.
It looks great.
It does.
Big fan. Non-bias.
No.
Big non-bias fan.
And here's another gripe I got. I'm sorry, Dandy. This isn't unifascist stuff, but the NFL should not have allowed the Ravens to basically take different hues of purple and gold and just be as their colors.
See, I think they did a great job with those colors, though.
I don't disagree. I think they look fine, but
that's like I said before, those should be the Vikings colors right there. How cool would that be if we had that purple and gold? I think that would look cool.
It would look cool, but we can't do that.
No, I know. I get it. We can't.
Fascist doesn't allow it.
That's true.
but it's a shame that they did that.
Yeah. Let's rank these fuckers.
Let's rank these fuckers.
1, 2, 3.
I need to go last.
I will go first. I will go first. When we were talking about all the different unis, I did not talk at all about the Lions uniforms. So I'll talk about them a little bit now because they are who I'm going to rank number 1 in this division.
What?
I love Honolulu blue and silver. It is a great, great, great color combination. I love the block letters on these. I love the logo, the new logos that they have, which is a little bit sharper, a little bit more, I don't know. There's just more to it. It looks more like that lion is in action. There's nothing I don't like about these uniforms that the Lions wear. So they are the number 1 in my book. Number 2, I got to go with the Bears for all the reasons we were talking about before. It's classic. I like the colors. I like the bear roaring logo. I like the sea helmet. There's not a whole lot to dislike about the Bears. Number 3, I go with the Vikings. That helmet is doing a lot of heavy lifting in these. And number 4, I got to go with the Packers just because I don't like those colors together. That's the main gripe I have with them. And I can't get over it. I can't get over the gold and green. So I go Lions, Bears, Vikings, Packers.
The redesign for the Lions, that does a lot for you, I'm assuming, right, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, I do really like the new blocks, but I didn't hate their italicized numbers as much as you did.
I didn't either. I like them.
But
you didn't, but like the gray numbers on the blue.
Yeah,
because their numbers were gray too on the blue. Now they're white and they're popping. They're popping.
It's a lot more crisp now than it was before. I probably still would have ranked them number 1 before, but
Jay loves Honolulu blue.
I love Honolulu blue. It's a great color.
Listen, it's a great color. I love Honolulu blue myself. You know who else loves Honolulu blue? All of our mutual friend Bano. If you recall, in high school, he didn't get a normal letter jacket. He took a Detroit Lions snap-up jacket and put his letters all over a Honolulu blue.
He did?
What? Yes. He didn't get a normal letter jacket. He got a snap jacket, Detroit Lions, because his dad's family's from Michigan.
Like with the satiny.
It wasn't a satiny one, not like a bar.
Yeah. I wish it was. That would be great.
But it was a Honolulu blue Lions, and he put his letters on that jacket.
He would. I mean, if there's
he's a strange one, huh?
He's a bold guy.
Jay's a bold guy too.
Yeah,
ranking these number 1.
Wow.
Andy, are you ready to go?
Yeah,
I'm still undecided. I'm still undecided. So you go.
Don't worry. Yeah, I'm good. I think going into this, I kind of had a rough idea of what I was going to say, and that's been thrown out the fucking window now that I've talked it through, and I'm going to go with the Bears number 1.
Oh, Andy.
Yeah, that's weird. I do like them. I'm liking them more the more I see them, and the more I think about the Navy on Navy. I dig that. I'm gonna go with the Vikings number 2. Solid jerseys, in comparison to the other remaining 2, they're number 2. Lions. We'll go 3 for those. I don't know how many times we're gonna say the word Honolulu in this episode.
More than any other, probably.
It's likely, but yeah, they're going to be 3 for me. The redesign, or I guess you could call that a pre-design. If we're going, it's kind of an old school look. I like those. I think that does a lot for me. The blacks are fucking terrible. Get rid of those. But wow, God, that out of context, that sentence sounded awful.
I'm gonna just isolate that, and we're gonna put that on Instagram.
Wow. All right. The black uniforms of the Detroit Lions, I don't like them. They need to get rid of those uniforms. And then Packers are obviously I think we can all agree the Packers are not moving on.
Honolulu Blue, fun fact, it was reportedly comes from the former owner of the Lions, George Richards, who said the color reminded him of the ocean when he saw it on a trip to Hawaii. And it stuck. Why would that stick? It's a weird thing, but listen, you print something in the paper back then and it's forever. Gosh, okay. This is so tough. So, obviously, Packers are last.
Yep.
There's no question about that.
Without a doubt.
No. And, I mean, it's not a bad uniform. Like, you put it up against some others, put it up against the Atlanta Falcons.
This is a tough division.
Yeah.
This is a tough division. And, I mean, we're going to go through these every week. We started this because it's our home division of location, and we got to go northeast, southwest, or else what's the point of living?
You get lost.
This morning, I was like, oh, it's easy Bears. Yeah. Bears is number one. Yeah. And then coming in tonight, after looking at the Lions, I was like, oh, Lions.
Are you going Honolulu?
That's a huge change. But I got number one. Despite the numbers, despite the black face mask,
homer pick.
It is not. It is absolutely not. It is
absolutely homer pick.
It is 0% a homer pick.
Yeah, right.
It is until we had the discussion about it tonight.
You don't even look at the numbers or the long goal.
100%. It is, and like you ask me tomorrow, and it's probably going to change. Right now, it is for sure the Vikings.
Number one, Vikings.
Yeah. Like you said, Jay, the helmet is doing a lot of heavy lifting with these. But I think of seeing those uniforms in action. The shade of purple that they use now pops so well. The leg stripes, it's clean. It's a very good look. Although I will say, these are the only uniforms in the division I would change.
Yeah.
Which is a weird thing to say.
Yeah.
and yet
they're number one. What the fuck?
But it's number one. Number two, I don't know, because
this is the
top. The top three are interchangeable to me. If you lose that Lions black uniform, I don't know. They're all great.
You can't count them. Honestly, you can't count the alternate.
Yeah, don't count the black uniform.
I'm not okay. So number two, I'm going to go Chicago Bears.
Okay.
It's just such a good look. It never looks bad. You look through it through all the eras, like the 80s Bears, the Urlacher era Bears. It's classic. It's a handsome look.
It is.
I do wonder, because they're going to get a new stadium here eventually. Is it going to look weird when they're like in a covered stadium and it's not Soldier Field? Like, and they're on turf, but we will see. But right now, we'll go with them number two. Lions number three. It was number one at 9:30 tonight when we started recording. But now they're number three. So Packers in last.
All right, guys, are you ready for the final tallies of the official Uni-Versed NFC North division rankings for the uniforms?
Someone's not going to be happy, I got a feeling.
Last place, 100% last place, is the Green Bay Packers. They got 0 first place votes. They got all last place votes. They only got 3 points.
Right where they belong.
Yeah. In third place, we have the Detroit Lions with 8 points.
Sorry, Chase.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. It's
a good uniform.
It is a great uniform. In second place, we have the Minnesota Vikings with 9 points. And in first place, the best dressed in the NFC North is the Chicago Bears with 10 points. They got 1 first place vote and 2 second place votes. So
it's wild.
It's hard to argue.
It is hard to argue.
It's hard to argue.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're good unis.
So
there's nothing bad about the Chicago Bears uniforms.
No,
there's nothing bad about the Chicago Bears uniforms. There's nothing bad about the Detroit Lions uniforms in my book. That's why they were number 1 and 2 for me. So
they are timeless and they're classic. And I mean, yeah, there's nothing you need to change about them.
Good job, guys.
There you go. There's the NFC North.
So they move on. Are they moving on to we got like a next round or something? Are we doing like a
a
champion?
We will eventually, but we're going to go through all the divisions first.
Oh, right.
Yeah. So we'll have we'll have the Bears face off against whoever, another NFC team.
Well, against the South, obviously, if you're going across that compass.
Sure. We'll do North versus South and East versus West.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love it. And then we'll have a final winner.
Yeah.
Who knows? I don't know. Whenever we get to it.
Yeah. In a long time.
Yeah. The end of next year.
In a couple months.
Well, that's why I was like, well, let's do 2 a week, but
no, we don't.
We're spending lots of time talking about.
We won't have enough time.
I was worried about filling time tonight.
We're on pace to have a 2-hour episode.
We really are. So for our penultimate segment, we are going to take a look at a random uniform from history. We're going to spin that wheel of history. We'll break down that team's uniform set as a whole and decide if it should be sent to hell in a handbasket or to heaven in a handbag. Today, we're going to talk about a 2005 uniform.
Okay.
From St. Louis.
Sketchy. Ooh.
And football.
Brother.
So
you want to talk about gold?
It is.
You want to talk about gold?
There's going to be a lot of gold talk here, guys. It is the 2005 St. Louis Rams. We have a blue uniform for homes, white for aways, navy. Okay, it's with navy. And it is what are we calling this? True gold, Andy? True gold pants?
I'd say that's a very
it's kind of
soft gold. It's
it's not Vegas gold.
It's a little muted.
It's muted. So it's a muted gold, navy, and the Ram logo classic along the side of the helmets on each side. They got block numbers with serifs on them. We've got some gold pants. We got blue socks that pull up all the way to the top of the calf, unlike the all the NCAA uniforms that we've been seeing lately. That's what we've got. I mean, this is like that greatest show on turf era Rams uniform is what we're looking at.
Torrey Holt is what those scream.
Torrey Big Game Holt. Remember like the beginning of Madden around this time? There was like, Torrey Big Game Holt, EA Sports, it's in the game.
Yeah.
In my brain.
Listen.
This is T-Sizzle.
The number of games that Madden games that me and Jay probably played from 2004 to 2008, you would be sick to your stomach if we could see the number of hours we spent not only playing the games, but we would look at stats of our players constantly.
Oh God.
In Madden.
And the best part, honestly, and Gary, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. The best part was when we'd start a new season, we'd do the draft, where we'd do a draft of all, like the fantasy draft of the entire team. We would draft every single player on the team. We would go all the way to like our like backup long snapper. We were drafting.
Yes. We were like, it was so much fun.
Oh
yeah, it was the days.
So much fun.
Barrel of laughs.
But yeah, and it's with these Rams uniforms though. Like it's a shame that like they had so much glory in these things because compared to what they're working with, not necessarily now, but like the yellow gold and the royal blue, it's a shame that they didn't have those.
That's a way better look that they're in now.
I even like the white and royal blue look from the old days too. I think those are cool. The thing that really bothers me most about these, I mean, these actually wouldn't be half bad, but the sleeve stripe that goes like almost up to the over the shoulder, but not quite. Yep. And then having that dumb like very early 2000s looking Ram logo on the sleeve is stupid. I hate it.
Yeah.
And on the away uniforms, I hate that it's a white uniform and that sleeve part is blue. That is the worst.
That was such a popular thing in like the late 90s.
It really was, and nobody thought that looked good.
No.
Even back then, we would comment about that kind of dumb shit, like the Titans uniforms from back then. Like,
the Vikings had it even too. They had the full fucking Viking guy on the sleeve.
Dog shit.
Here's terrible.
No, these uniforms and the helmet. Again, it's a classic helmet.
Yeah, helmet's good.
Love it when you can incorporate like a design and not just slap a logo on it.
Yes.
Yeah. It's good. It's just the colors. Even if they would have just went with a white horn on these uniforms, that'd be an improvement.
See,
great design, shitty colors.
Honestly, it's the color that doesn't bother me as much. It's the fucking sleeve thing. It's the sleeve thing is the most irking.
It's the sleeves.
The sleeve thing's really, I mean, picture it without that dumb sleeve thing. If you had just like a solid stripe on the armband, and the numbers were on the shoulder, or on the arm rather than the shoulder, that it would look 100 times better, even with the fucking muted soft gold that they have. That, and I think that I almost think that the gold neckband really detracts too. I mean, turn that navy and we're fine.
Those terrible Reebok, the Reebok uniforms were good, but the collars on those, were not
elastic and deep and big, and the other thing that sucks too is the white border around that soft gold number. Oof.
Yes,
you can't do that light on light. It's not good.
Or just pick one.
Yeah,
pick one.
Right.
Have white numbers or have the muted gold numbers. The other thing is, they're in St. Louis. The St. Louis Rams had the good colors for a while.
They did.
Like, they changed them, and which is just like it's a little bit of a weird move. They're in St. Louis. The St. Louis Blues basically had the same colors. Like, you have two teams matching. The Cardinals obviously aren't going to change their colors, but like, you have two teams matching, just roll with it. And then, but again, that was kind of the theme when they changed the colors in the late 90s, was to mute everything. The go to a navy, go to a duller color. The Broncos did it. Tons of teams did it. So it was the thing to do, but history is not looking back favorably on them.
No, and I think even without us saying it, I think, the writing's on the wall that these are going to hell in a handbasket.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, let's spoiler alert, Jason.
Fucking torch him, throw him down the fucking hell well in that handbasket.
Pack him in the handbasket and throw him down the hell well.
Yeah, that's right. They are out.
So I was scrolling through these when I was looking for these. Look at these 1949 Los Angeles Rams. They're red and yellow. But then look at this. They started in Cleveland. They started in fucking Cleveland.
The Cleveland
where everything
Rams.
started. Where everything started.
They started in Cleveland. So Cleveland should.
Football is Ohio, yeah.
How about those red and yellows, though? Those are something.
Do we know? So what we're looking at, listeners, there is out of nowhere in their uniform history, in 1949, the LA Rams decided they were going to go yellow and red. So the yellow gold is the same, but then they just went red.
And look at that helmet.
Kind of like USC. I wonder if they were trying to be similar to.
I wonder if they played at the Coliseum that year or something, or I don't know.
Look at the Ram helmet logo too. It's bumpy like an actual Ram's horns would be. That's kind of cool. I don't mind that. Yeah, I don't mind that.
It's not bad.
I don't like those. I don't like those fucking lemon meringue colored pants with it though.
But yeah, these have to go.
Yeah.
Hell in a handbasket.
Yep.
Send him down the well to hell.
Andy, do you have any old-timey ball club names for us to make fun of?
Hit it, Jay. Ragtime. Here we go. All right. Yeah, I do have some. Let's see. Last week, we touched on the Filipinos who became the Stogies and became the Rebels. The Cleveland Infants.
All classics.
The classics, absolutely. I did a little bit more research in these, and I don't know if you guys want to know this, because this might it might destroy the illusion, I guess, the allure of these team names for you. But I think it's best to know the history. Probably these franchises weren't actually named these names by themselves. These were created by sports writers, like headline writers for the newspapers.
What?
They were
they just giving them the nicknames.
They were throwing out the nicknames in the headlines, saying,
Wow.
like the infants or something, like the Cleveland infants, cried themselves to bed after losing to.
Wait, so teams back then didn't have a mascot or anything?
No. They were like, it was like the Cleveland baseball club.
Oh,
yeah,
or like the employer or union,
yeah,
or whatever, right. And then
right,
interesting.
Yeah. So it's
I kind of like that. I think that maybe that should be a Uni-Fascist segment where we eliminate all mascots and just
you don't get to name you can't name your team.
It just has to happen organically.
Only the sports writers get to. But be that as it may, like I said, it might ruin the allure of it a little bit, but it's kind of fun that way too. It
adds to it. I like it.
Okay, good. All right,
it's even better.
One from 1905 American League. This one's not crazy. It's kind of fun. It was the Cleveland Naps.
Like NAPS, like they took naps.
Yep.
Snoozing. They're snoozing.
Yeah, they're snoozing. That it was actually named after a guy on the team.
So it wasn't like they're so boring you can take a nap during their game.
I think they were originally
the ninth inning.
Yeah. There was a headline though where that guy made that reference. So so that one's kind of fun. We also have from this one's just kind of goofy. The 1884 Union Association baseball. There was the Wilmington Quick Steps.
I like that. What a bunch of fancy pants guys out there.
The Red Sox. Yep, they were originally called the Bean Eaters, the Boston Bean Eaters. If you want to, here's a fun one. We can trace the LA Dodgers back pretty far here, back to the American Association. This was the Beer and Whiskey League again. Yeah. They started out as the Brooklyn Athletics, and they went to the Brooklyn Grays, and then I think this is probably a sports writer one again. Was they were called the Bridegrooms? I think it was because a bunch of a bunch of the players were like all getting married at the same time or something. Eventually, they became.
But they couldn't just call them the grooms.
No, the Bridegrooms. Yeah, that's the old time.
Specific, yeah. They're not the grooms. Not in this league.
The Bridegrooms. Here's just a couple more for you, and this is some nice color themed ones for you. We've got in the NAPBBP, which was the first fully professional.
It just rolls off the tongue.
Oh, it's great, isn't it? NAPBBP. I don't even remember what the hell it stood for, but it was the first fully professional sports league in America, mind you.
Oh, was it baseball?
It was baseball. That's what some of those B's stood for in that.
Maybe two of them.
That lengthy acronym.
Baseball bat.
This was from 1871 to 1875. Yes, the baseball bat boys. The North American Professional.
That's the mascot.
Boys. Yeah. Yeah. That's the league mascot. I'm just going to give you these four. I'm just going to give you these four teams. They're fun. We have the Troy Haymakers.
The Haymakers.
Oh, that's kind of a good
punches.
one.
Yep. We have the Baltimore Canaries. Nothing crazy. Just not a super aggressive.
Did they become the Orioles?
I don't think so.
Okay. Oh, they were bitter rivals.
Yeah,
they could have. Yeah, the Orioles and the
I would think that an Oriole would kick the shit out of a canary, but
absolutely. Oh, you are so. bird guy here.
Yeah.
An Oriole's a lot bigger.
An Oriole's a lot bigger. They love jelly, don't they?
They do love jelly.
Much like you.
Yeah. You're kind of an Oriole yourself, right?
I'm a little bit of an Oriole.
You know what? The more I think about it, you're kind of an Oriole yourself there, Jason. You like the jelly.
We're gonna start putting jelly out in boxes.
Just be sneaking through the neighborhoods looking for jelly.
It's gonna float in springtime, just looking around in people's.
A Golden Valley man was sneaking into his neighbors, buying jelly,
pecking at open jelly jars. All right.
Peck her out.
Pecker fully out of.
A Golden Valley man was why
Pecker out looking for jellies.
Fucking pecker out. Dipping his pecker in jelly jars. All right. Oh, God.
That's a shirt.
Yeah.
That's a shirt. Uni-Versed.
Yeah.
Pecker out looking for jellies.
Pecker out! Exclamation point in a baseball jersey type font with the big swoosh. Pecker out, and then in this underneath Uni-Versed
and a jelly jar.
Jelly with an imprint of Jay's mushroom stamp.
All right, the last two of this one were the color themed ones. We had the Washington Blue Legs.
The Blue Legs, okay.
Blue Legs, kind of like the Reds and all the other. But, listen, just wear different colored socks.
Absolutely, you got a different.
That's your.
But they're not to be confused with the Hartford Dark Blues. Super great, super great. They would have fared well against the Toledo Maroons of the NFL or the NFL. So yeah, do we want to send one to the Hall of Fame though before we go from last or any of the weeks
previous episode? I think so. My nomination for the Uni-Versed Hall of Fame is the Stogies. Where are the Stogies from?
They were Pittsburgh, man.
Pittsburgh Stogies.
Mm-hmm.
That's so pulling back the curtain a little bit. Daddy went down a rabbit hole on Ebbets Field flannels looking at caps. Ebbets.com if you listeners want to look. But they have just so many different hats of these old school names. And I was like, I got to find a Stogies hat. And that's how I got there. And I've been thinking about it all week, the Stogies. It's just such a good name. We had our cigarette talk today.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I got a real tobacco addiction. So listen.
But just talking about it, not actually using it.
No, just talking about it, thinking about it. Right? The names.
That's great.
Yeah, it's a great nomination.
I'll second that. I send the Stogies to the Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
They're the 1914 Pittsburgh Stogies.
1914 Pittsburgh Stogies.
Yeah, from the Federal
Stogies.
Stogies. Yeah.
You have officially joined the 1926 Brookline Horsemen.
Yeah.
In the Hall of Fame.
All right, well, that was a hell of a show.
Yeah, that was a hell of a show. Thank you, Andy, for all your knowledge on old-timey ball clubs. That's great.
Yeah, I'm this fucking regular historian.
Today's episode was written and produced by Jay Danger, Andy Downs, and Gary Brandville. Our theme music is Stuck in a Funk by Liam Conger. Check him out on Apple Music, Spotify, and YouTube. Uni-Versed can be found on social media. We are uni.versed.podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Email us at universed.pod@gmail.com.